Hello friends, we are coming up with another molecule which is commonly used but not as a constitutional. We have used more often in acutes, and in this particular session we are focusing on how we do synthetic prescribing. So whenever a commonly known remedy of a group is coming up but does not produce 100% result, then you have to think of related remedies or from that particular group different elements. So like we had presented in aurum natronatum also, where there were present expressions of aurum group, Muriaticum and natrum. So similarly in this particular case also we will try to see how indications lead us to a different compound of a known or a common group. So let us start with the case. Aditi, can you share?
Yeah, sure, Anita. Yeah, my screen visible.
This is a case of a lady who's middle-aged, 53-year-old lady with hypothyroidism, diabetes, and depression. She had been on my treatment for on and off from many years. So I knew her very well. I knew her whole family also. And she had been taking antidepressants also from long time. She also had knee on osteoarthritis, backache, and acidity. She used to be always sad, talking seriously, no smile. Her life space is like she has three sons. All three are married. Younger and older are having kids. But middle daughter-in-law has infertility because of some PCOD. Patient is now currently staying with middle son. Elder son was working abroad. He did love marriage. He has a son. Patient was very much attached to him. Of all the children, she was very much attached to the eldest son. When they were abroad, that time also she would make video calls. She would see her grandson playing. She had lot of expectations from this son. But daughter-in-law was from a different caste. So patient used to tell her to work in a different way when she came here. Like after some time, daughter-in-law and grandson came here. Son was still working there, and daughter-in-law was staying with her. So that time, she used to guide her. She used to tell her to do things in a particular way. But daughter-in-law did not like it. So whenever she was angry, she used to take out her anger on the 2-year-old son, which patient never liked. So she used to complain to her son that why she is taking out anger on such a small child. Tell her to talk to me, So son also used to take his wife's side only and tell her that she has left her family and come and she's staying with us. She's facing these differences in culture, so you should also understand her. That time patient used to feel, then what I have done for 27 years. If she is adjusting now, even I have adjusted, I have lived my life of struggle, did everything for you. So this was her feeling state. Patient used to feel very happy on seeing her grandchild. And earlier, like when they were out, they used to make video calls, long video calls. She used to see him playing and all that. But now when they have come back here, now son is also here. So they are now staying separately. So whenever patient feels like, seeing her grandson, she will go to their house. But then there she gets very cold treatment. She is not welcome there. So finally, gradually, she stopped going there. Even the children had grown up, so they were not that attached to grandmother now. So patient always felt bad about it. Now elder son also comes to the same building, but still he won't come and meet patient. So patient really feels bad and hurt. Younger son also separated. He went and stayed with his mother-in-law, and they used to tell her that you do a lot of kit pit. Like you keep nagging us. Now, patient is a very fastidious lady. So she wanted work in a particular way. So regarding that, she would tell her daughter-in-laws, but she herself also used to help them. Middle daughter-in-law is reserved. She doesn't share her problems with patient. She has infertility issues. She goes for treatment and all, but she takes her mother along. She will communicate with her mother, but not with patient. So in short, patient feels lonely, left out. She feels like going and staying in anathashram. She used this word. Anathashram is orphanage. Patient herself is eldest daughter of poor family. She used to work as housemaid with her mother. Father died early. Brother was alcoholic. But fortunately, patient got married to a man who was well settled, working abroad, and he used to love her a lot. He supported her always. Patient's younger sister and brother-in-law died in accident, leaving 2 daughters behind. So patient wanted to take care of those 2 girls. And her husband supported her for that also. So they both raised those daughters, educated them, got them married, and patient is still really very much attached to them, and she misses them. So her house, her family was, full. 3 sons of her own, 2 daughters. Then she used to also, her mother also used to come and stay with her. So she, like, it was quite full of life that time. Patient also takes care of her mother, who is old. She stays with her brother, but brother is no more. So she stays with her sister-in-law and her nephew. But then whenever they need any medical treatment, they bring her here, and patient only attends to all her medical needs. Patient is very caring, attached to children, expects them to talk to her, treat her with warmth. She's particular at work, and she used to tell daughter-in-laws to work properly. That only daughter-in-laws did not like. Though she used to also work, make tiffin for them, clean the house, everything. During pujas also, like during Ganpati or during Satyanarayan Puja, she only used to do everything. Patient lost her husband after her second daughter's married. So all 3 sons were unmarried that time. He had some short illness. Before going there, he was not feeling so well. So patient even told him not to go. But then few years of work was, few years of service was remaining. So he said, I will complete that. And after retirement, we will stay together at native place. But then unfortunately, he had some viral fever, platelets went down, and he fainted, and he just died there. They did not even come to know for 2 to 3 days. And after that, they were informed, but patient was not informed. So when the dead body arrived, patient saw and she fainted. So that time she was in a lot of depression, because they had, seen the dream of staying together after retirement. All this life, they were staying separately, doing their duties just for kids and for their family. So patient still dreams of him, thinks of him, weeps, feeling lonely. She feels very sad. There is no enthusiasm. She keeps thinking of past, doesn't feel like going out. She doesn't have energy to do anything. In the morning also, she doesn't feel like going for walks. Patients, the analysis and evaluation, if you see the patient's whole life revolves around her family. Before marriage, mother, brother's family, sister's family. Even after marriage, her duties continue as no one is there. And her own family, to husband and children, and now even daughter-in-laws. She has done all her duties, cared for the family, and now her expectation is that they should do their duties well and reciprocate. Her rigidity is with her way of working, and irritability if her expectations are not met with. Another thing is a reaction in the form of withdrawing, feeling disappointed, sad, discontented, forsaken, depressed, missing her husband with whom she had dreamt of spending time. Also, pujas, rituals, which she rigidly, tries to do, every year talk of her dogmatism. So this was my understanding. With this understanding, the theme of Kali was very clear. I had given her Kalika, but it gave partial relief. Then seeing her sadness, depression, brooding, I gave her natrum also, but natrum too gave partial relief. So I was thinking of some other remedy which will be close to both of these, and it had some relationship. So Kali core was clear cut retrospectively. It was not a natrum core, as we will discuss later, because family duties task is more important for her than her own emotions and dignity. So I felt Kali was very clear. So thinking about Kalis, I was thinking of which Kali it can be, if not Kalika. So we will try to explore other Kalis in short. So Kalika has, these duties, task and everything is there, but at the same time, emotions are predominated by intellect. So Kalika patient is a very practical patient, though they are dogmatic, though they are full of, worries and cares, but still emotions are predominated by intellect and closing eyes ameliorates. So whenever the situation is not of their liking, they will close their eyes and they will adjust. Now we see Kali self. Kali self has harmony desire. It is in content, loves nature, mild. So again, that was not fitting in here because patient does need love and reciprocation, but then she does, shout at her daughter-in-laws also if the work is not done properly. Then I was thinking of Kali Foss because so much of depression, low, lack of energy, no enthusiasm. Kali Foss has support. They want support. Confidence want of, supported wants to be. And basically it is given for worn out frustration, nervous exhaustion and worn out businessmen, where, they have used their brain a lot. So even for students, before exams, we give Kali Foss, because Foss is good for nerves. Then even that does not fit here. Kali Iode is a syphilitic remedy, which is hard-hearted, malicious, with sadness, unfeeling, abusive towards her children, and elements from harsh upbringing. So this picture also doesn't connect here. So I landed up on Kali Mure. Aditi, next slide. So Kali Mure, it has importance of care, nurture, mothering. Bond between child and mother. Also natrum Mure looked close, though core is Kali. Why it looked close? Because of the Muriaticum in it. So, which has sadness at core. So we will read Kali Mure from Scholten. Now Scholten also gives role of mother or daughter who takes up role of mother. So here also we see patient is the eldest daughter and she has taken up the role of mother of all, of her sister's children, her own children, even her mother. She is mothering her own mother also. So she has taken responsibility of everyone. So here mothering is very important. So if we read further group analysis, the group analysis shows the theme to be the duty to be a good mother and take care of the family. This situation can originate in a family where the eldest daughter has to help from early age in bringing up younger brothers and sisters, becoming like a second mother to them. A variation on this theme could be opposite. If I do my duty, I will be taken care of well. This is the situation in many third world countries. The children there are seen as security for old age. To have many children is then desirable and almost a duty. The duty to bring them up later on to be turned around into the expectation that the children will be duty bound to provide for them in their old age. The same theme, whatever Scholten has described, fits in this particular case. Another variation is having a very duty conscious mother. The mother takes her caring role as a duty which she undertakes with great dedication. This could mean that she does everything herself while she lets the children play. It could also happen that she thinks that the children ought to help in the house and that she gives everyone a task which has to be completed with no arguing about that. Now, in this case, you can replace children by daughter-in-laws. So she does for them. At the same time, she expects them to do their bit. So further reading it, mind, she has problems with some of her children. She loves her children, does best for them, but she also feels as if they are too much for her. That is why she did not really wanted to get pregnant. So that is a different shade of Kali Mu. She feels that she is not a naturally good mother. She does her best, but with difficulty and not with lot of warmth. So again, that is important. She does it as a duty. And that, feelings get transferred to the children also. So in spite of she doing all her duties, why daughter-in-laws are moving away from her? So because they don't see that mother or mother figure in her. Why middle daughter-in-law is not able to confide in her? Because they don't feel that warmth in her. So this is how it is, She used to be afraid that she was doing it wrong when her babies used to cry. As mentioned above, her son never wants to see her and her husband again, and she is always wondering what she did wrong. Similarly, here also patient is wondering, I did so much for my elder son, but my elder son is siding with his wife. What did I do for 27 years? One of her daughters also criticized her that she wasn't a good mother. This upsets her and she cries when she's talking about it. This criticism is constantly on her mind. She feels that she honestly did her best, but with her own shortcomings. I can only be the way I am. So if she is obsessed to doing work in a particular way, she is the way she is and she expects others to do it. And if they don't do it, she becomes irritable. She is very conforming, a law and order person. She never rebelled against church, for instance, though it had such an adverse influence on her life. So this talks about Kali dogma. She dreams about party with many people. She makes tea, coffee. The people stay for the night and she's making up the bed. She's finding it all very difficult. She cannot finish it. So in her dreams also, she sees herself taking care of others. Another dream is that she forgets her babies. She hasn't looked after them for 3 months. So this is again a duty consciousness where she feels she's not doing enough. She's quite clever, can set her hand to many things and it irritates if others don't do. Like for puja, she does everything. So when daughter-in-laws come at the last moment, then she feels, Kiare, when everything is ready, then only they will come. They will not come before and help me. She can be very indecisive, not being able to make up her mind about the purchase. Now, this is a different story. We will go further. Next slide. So here the essence is the duty to be a good mother. They feel it is their duty to be a good mother and to give their children best care, and which they do with enormous perseverance and can easily run a family with 10 children. They can manage it by enforcing strict rules. They often make the eldest daughter help them in their tasks so that the daughter becomes a second mother. So again, they are creating another Kali Mu. Mother passes the caring task on to her daughter because that is the way it should be. So this is the, sensitivity to duty and doing everything properly. Too many rules. They need rules to keep everything under control, but at the price of real contact and warmth. That is to be kept in mind. That is why children move away from her when they grow up. Opposite is also possible when woman has been forced to help in a house from early age and thought this to be very unfair. When she becomes a mother herself, she will make it a point that her children will never have to do any housework. So she will compensate. What I have faced, my children should not face. Next. So This understanding was fitting in with the case. So I gave her Calimure 1M 3 doses weekly in view of chronic complaints, psychotic miasm, high sensitivity, and depression. The response was very good. First registration was smiling face, which gives you so much of satisfaction. Gradually, her morning aggravation reduced. She started going out, held Satyanarayan Puja at home, which was their annual ritual. But she was keeping on postponing it, thinking that the daughter-in-laws are not going to come and help me. I will have to do everything all alone. But then finally she took decision and she held the puja and everybody came for the puja. Her relations with elder son also have improved in last 2 months. Just 2 months have passed. And her elder son even invited them all for lunch on his birthday to his house. So all is well, that ends well. And most interesting is the following dream which she had. So dream talk about subconscious mind. And if you have produced a change at subconscious mind, that means the simillimum is working very well. So what was her dream? Husband had booked a flat. This is all the dream, huh? Mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law. That is her nanan, husband's sister. All children. Her children, nanan's children, sister-in-law's children. And nephews and nieces have come. We are all doing normal chores. So in the dream also, she is doing that. All the family members are, participating and they are all doing normal chores. Washing clothes, utensils, like it used to happen. So this is, her nostalgia. The way they used to spend time, everybody working together. She felt very nice. In her language, she said, "माझी सगळी माणसं जवळ आली." Like all my people came close to me. And she felt very happy about it. Then she only continued, "When sad, I feel my whole life was bad. All troubles came and went. By grace of God, I survived." So this is the positivity now she is seeing. We wanted to stay at native place among all relatives after husband's retirement. And husband also wanted that. So we will see how it reflects in rubrics also. That Aditi will take. And before that, Nirupama will talk about Kali, Muriaticum, and natrum elements from periodic table point of view. That will make differentiation very, very easy. Yes, Nirupama.
Yeah. Thank you, Anita. So we'll understand Kalimur from periodic perspective. So if you see, Kali belongs here in fourth row. So basically you see fourth row issues in the case, and Kali belongs to first column. So issues will be handled bit weakly and needs support. So Kali unites to chloride, that is muriaticum, which is in third row, 17th column. This is how I deal with the issues. Hmm? So we'll understand the row 4 issues. Kali is the first element in row 4. So row 4 is what? It's family, children, nutrition, nurture, safety, security. So the theme goes like this: ki I want family. Why I want family? Family gives me security. How security comes? If I build a house, if I bring money in, it gives me stability. Joint family gives me stability. People gives me stability. And the theme of protection comes. I need shelter. I need safe home so I can protect my people from the danger. So the theme of danger, attack, threat comes. I need money to survive, to look after everyone. So I need to go out, earn the livelihood. So the theme of job, work comes. But everything you see at the basic level, basic security, basic need for the stability. And then the theme of robbers. So whatever I earn probably will get lost. So that is the fear. The robbers will come and take away the security which I have earned. And then, of course, when robber comes, the theme of police will also come. So these are the row 4 issues. But because I'm in first column, Kali is in first column, I feel very weak to shoulder all these responsibilities. And see, because Kali's inner feeling is very weak, what gives them stability is the family. They really hold on to the family rules, regulation, very rigidly. They will follow what they have taken from their mothers, what they have taken from their people, like traditions. So they very strongly follow this tradition because that is what is their security. So my structure is very weak and I'm dependent on the rules, I'm dependent on the people, I'm dependent on my relationship, and I need their support. So basically, they don't have confidence. For that confidence, they really have to work very hard. They feel incapable. So security, basically what they are looking for is provided by family, relationship, and because it's Kali, there is a lot of theme of mother. Hmm? So because that is the primary caregiver, primary support giver, primary person. So lot of theme of mother also comes when it comes to Kali. And what is Muriaticum? The row 3 and end of the or 17th column. So issues related to the end of the column, end of the row, sorry. So what are the row 3 themes? It's an oral stage of development. It's infancy. So a lot of theme related love, care, warmth, food, nutrition. Now see the overlapping because uh, third row ends and fourth starts. So you will see the similar theme. So a lot of theme related to emotions will come. And child is working over the emotions, trying to bring control over the emotions is the theme. Very fragile ego. Ego is developing, bringing control. So they start talking about their choices, expressing their ability to do things, very conscious about self, what I'm able to do, who am I. So the focus is on the work. But because it's 17, see what happens when child comes in mother's lap. It's a stage where child comes in mother's lap and the mother's handling of the child, they touch the child, mother talks with the baby. So all this helps child to develop trust around the environment. You're talking, you're handling, your that soft touch. Everything is very important because this is the stage where through the sensory apparatus also you understand the people. So by the 17th column, what happens? You develop the mistrust because you feel my environment is not that much trustworthy because of any reason. So what happens? They feel as if my structure is dissolving. There is a lot of disappointment, lot of betrayal feeling, as if I am starved. I have not got anything. They feel let down, trapped inside, tied down with the things. And really, they want to break free. They want to go out of it. That's a lot of impulsive actions are seen in this 17th column. Desire to escape. So when Kali gets connected to the Muriaticum, the theme of betrayal by the family, the theme of betrayal by the person whom I am dependent on comes very strongly. The person whom I trusted a lot, where I felt this will see most of the people in India or similar countries, they feel कि very theme ना मेरा बेटा मेरा बुढ़ापे का सहारा बनेगा. That themes comes very strong here in Kali Mo. And the person where you have invested so much emotionally. so much physically and so much financially when he shows the back. Like in this case, the elder son. This mother had so much trust in this elder son, so much attachment. And when he goes out, she really feels collapsed. Hmm? So if you see the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you see the very basic need is physiological need. The food, the water, the shelter, the warmth, very, very basic. And then when you met with that, then comes the stage of safety and security. And for that comes the employment. Some here we see our Kali comes. Very basic. And to get that basic, whatever is possible, they do. Like Kali follows the rules. Kali follows the rituals, very ritualistic remedy. They cannot change the ways. Like new daughter-in-law has come from the new culture, but I'm not able to adapt to the new culture because I'm so used to my own culture, and it's difficult for me to change because it's first column. For them, it's very difficult to change. So there is a, when it comes to Kali Mur, there is a very big theme of mother, infancy, feeding the children who will be security of the future, security of my future. So they invest a lot in these children, they invest a lot in their parents, and they really do lot for the family, whether it is parents or it is children or similar. They are precocious mother. The young mother, means like how Anita read, elder sister becomes the mother of the family, and she really works hard to raise up their siblings. So that themes come very strongly in Kalimo. And if you see the very characteristic rubric, fear starvation of, खाना तो मिलना चाहिए ना जीने के लिए. So it comes from their food is the basic need for the survival. And then if you see that food from the muriatic perspective, it is love, warmth, care. And from the Kali perspective, it is basic need to survive. So fear starvation of. And then once you get the food, and if there is any issues, what happens? Refusal to eat. Again, refusal to eat. If you see, there are two aspects of it. I don't feel like eating now. I don't feel like having this food. I refuse this love, care of the family. Second point comes, many families, if you see, in anger, people leave eating. That brings the attention also. That is the muriatic need. I want attention. So there are two aspects. This remedy should be learned carefully from two aspects. One, the love, care, attention, and second, for food, shelter, stability. Both the aspects are very, very important. Most of the rubric talk about this. Hmm? And when you see this delusion, starve we must, as if I'm punishing myself. I don't want food now. I've done something wrong. I'm not a good mother, or probably I have not shouldered my duties well. So I'm not eating. I'm refusing that. And when you see the mind, country desire for to go into the forest. See, I want to leave all this love, care, stability, emotions. This patient also said, I want to go to anathashram. I don't want that stability or care or home anymore. That is the way they feel when their needs are not met with, like the whole structure, they felt it as if it has collapsed. Very important to differentiate in this case Kalimur and Natrum. Kalimur, very basic thing is the family, extremely. While Natrum is ideal love. What is ideal love? The love which mother gives to the newborn. The 24/7, the eye is on that child and mother provides the unconditional love. Before child feels hungry, the milk is ready. That type of love that natural mure needs, and that's why they seek that type of relationship. Like you might have seen patient talking, like men usually say your food is, they usually tell to their wife, your food is not like my mother's food. Or females many times tell you their husband, you're not that good like my father. He provides everything. So you compare your partner with your parent. That is the theme in natrum. And you develop that one-to-one connection with the person. Well, Kali Moore has the theme of family, nurturing, giving, security, stability. So it is love for the family. It is not love for one person. It's a love for the family. And the theme of providing the basic things of the survival, the basic need, roti, kapda, makan, food, shelter, money. Hmm? And in anger, they leave food, they leave home as if my home is broken, my stability has gone away. While natrum withdraws within, they stop talking. You even do not come to know that natrum person is angry or brooding. They go inside and brood silently. They do not like to talk about it. So, conversation aggravation. So this is what is my understanding of Kali Moor in general and DD with the natural year. So I invite Aditi to take it ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Nirupama. Okay. My screen visible? Okay. Yeah. So friends, after elaborate understanding from Anita and Nirupama about the Kali and Netrums, now we will study few rubrics and we'll study the dispositional rubrics in that manner. Okay, so now we have understood that Kali is mainly family person and anxiety, security, stability is very important for Kali. So when we see repertorial representation, like the rubrics are like Kali are very industrious people. Then they have lot of anxieties. Anxieties about business, health. Anxiety fits before. Now what is fit? Fit is a convulsion, which is sudden, which is unwarranted. You are never knowing when the fit is coming. So anxiety before that any sudden thing happening. Anxiety about trifles. They get angry very easily. Anger inclined to vex others. Kalis are very anxious and in anxiety leading to the anger, and they in that thing they actually tend to vex others. Then few rubrics about this eating, which Nirupama also took it very well, and Anita also explained. Delusion eating, she must not eat. Delusion, he must starve. Eating, refuses to eat, and fear of starving. Now, all these rubrics are more related with anxiety and safety security of Kali, which it constantly bothers about the family. Is constantly worried about the family. So the less resources, I should not eat. I must starve. Refusing to eat. And also, as Nirupama explained, it has another meaning to it as well. Fear of starving. Then, and she also goes in the other extreme of bulimia. Now, too much of eating. Then, homesickness, fear of unfamiliar objects, fear of evil. These are all expressions of fears and anxieties of Kali. Then we go to, there are certain dreams about Kali and dreams, anxiety, night, midnight after. Anxiety midnight after towards morning. Now towards morning, as the night is ending, the dawn is about to come, the morning is about to happen, and still the Kali has this anxiety. This kind of dreams are there. Then dreams of death, dreams of dead bodies, dreams of fatal accidents, dreams of blood, dreams of misfortune. Then how, now we will see the anxiety and anger of Kali and how they go in that, what kind of reaction they go into. So sitting, inclination to sit stiff and quiet. We saw very prominently in Anita's case. Uh, uh, then sitting, inclination to sit still. They don't want to move. They're absolutely stillness. Then aversion to family members. They are very discouraged. So once Kali, who was very fond of family, very loving to the family, very caring for the family, then they start developing aversion to their family members because of their insecurities and their unsatisfied love also. Then discouraged, then indifference to all the persons, indifference to pleasure, indifference to work. This is the downfall, this is the reaction of the Kali in the depressive state. Then there are few rubrics we have taken from other repertory as well, where it showed love for children, then sympathetic and compassion to children, then they are very attached to mother, the Muir element, homesickness, nostalgia, weeping with inclination to, country desire to, which Nirupama explained very well. Then there are certain dreams, dreams of falling from high, dreams of high places. Then fear, debt to make, fear to make the debts and to use the credit cards. Kali is so much worried about the safety, security of the family, roti, kapda, makan. So they don't want to enter into any kind of debts which can further compromise the position of the family or in any ways, in financial insecurities or any ways. So, and then they have friends aversion to, and they going out aversion to. These are again at the reactive end of the Kali Muir. Now we will see a little materia medica of Kali Muir. See, basically, we all have prescribed Kali Muir physically all in our practice one or other time, always, because this is a very common Sussler's salt, which we prescribe quite commonly on physicals. Very nicely, Anita has explained us the mental side of the Kali with a very beautiful case. Now we will understand Kali. So it is basically Kali is what? Potassium. So Kali and muriatic is chloratum. So it is potassium chloride, but it is KCl only. There is another remedy in materia medica which is Kali chlor, and that is potassium chlorate, KClO3. So there are little differences. Here we will concentrate more on Kali Muir. So it is present nearly in all the cells, potassium, and it is related to fibrin, and it dissolves and whitish or grayish white secretions of the mucous membrane, which we see very commonly in Kali Muir as a physical symptom. The discharges, the secretions are always white. When the cells of the epidermis lose molecules of Kali Muir in as a result to a morbid irritation of the cellular membrane, the fibrin comes to the surface as a white or whitish gray mass, which we see as discharges of Kali Muir, or even in the ulcers, granulations of Kali Muir. Now, whiteness. Whiteness is very important. Whiteness of the secretions, exudations, eruptions of the tissues. Toughness, stickiness, toughness, rigidness, fibrinous exudations and discharges, the readily clotting blood, hence there is embolisms, endurations, and hard swellings. Then the causations, the ailments from in Kali Muir, if we look at the physical plane, it is vaccinations, sprains, burns, blows, cuts, rich food, and deranged internal functions. Calimure has a very profound action on upper respiratory tract. We frequently prescribe Calimure in upper respiratory tract infections, and especially when the ears are affected. So, chronic catarrhal conditions of the middle ear, deafness, earaches from the congestions and swelling of the middle ear or eustachian tubes, with the swelling of the glands, even mastoid affected, cracking noises on blowing nose or swallowing, deafness due to throat troubles, white tongue. White tongue is a very important indication. Deafness from swelling of the external ear, granular conditions of the external meatus and tympanic membrane, closed eustachian tubes, blocked eustachian tubes. Seems to act more on the eustachian tubes. And because of the blocked eustachian tubes and all, you get this snapping and noises in the ears. Then the nose, catarrhal conditions, of course, the thick white discharges. Then throat, tonsils excessively swollen, stringy, tough mucus, swallowing excessively painful. Even water or softest of the food is very difficult to swallow, very painful to swallow. Then another action of Calimure is seen on the skin. Lot of eczemas, acne, erythemas. Again, thick white discharges, vesicles containing thick white fluid. Then eczemas, then crustallactia, scurfy eruptions on the head and the face. Then burns of all degrees, blisters, bunions, chilblains, eruptions connected with stomach and menstrual derangements, ingrowing toenails, ulcers. Lastly and interestingly, while studying Calimure, I also found that Calimure is very, very important remedy even for extremities and female sexual organs. So, nightly rheumatic pains aggravated in the bed, the puffiness of ankle joints, and association with female sexual organs and rheumatism and this kind of whitish discharges, we can think of along with the main themes of Kali and Muriaticum. If we can get, it definitely becomes another short prescription of Calimure. So, friends, this is the physical aspects of Calimure, and I think so we have completed the total theme wise, mind wise, and periodic table wise and physicals. So we have tried to give you the complete picture of Calimure. Yeah, anything else you want to add, Anita?
Interestingly, I had one Kalika patient. I was giving her Kalika, but then, 2, 3 acutes. She had this white coating of tongue and white discharges and lot of rattling in her chest, cough with thick discharge. So during acute, I gave Calimure. So when it repeatedly happened, then I thought back and retrospected that even in her case, mother's role was very important and nurturing was there. She was very much worried about her children and even grandchildren. And thermally also she was hot. So, that gave me some indication that I should try Calimure in that case also. So you should always, think in an integrated way where you consider physicals as well as mentals, because sometimes, if we restrict only to mind, we miss out on these important characteristic symptoms.
Yeah.
So I think with this, the difference between natrum, Kali, element of Kali and Muriaticum is very, very clear. Do you want to add anything?
No, I think we are.
Yeah.
So we will end this. Do watch, subscribe, share, and also give us feedback on YouTube. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.